In a quiet Nigerian village where people believed that blood was stronger than water, two sisters shared everything: dreams, laughter, even their pain. But what happens when love turns to envy? And envy turns deadly. This isn't just a story about betrayal. It's a tale whispered around firesides where mothers warn their daughters. Never let jealousy sleep beside you. Because one sister, driven by a darkness she could no longer hide, did something unthinkable. She didn't just break her sister's heart, she infected her. But the question is, why? Was it a curse? A secret illness? Or something far more evil hiding beneath her smile? Stay with me, because by the end, you'll question how far blood ties can stretch before they break forever. Before we uncover what really happened between these two sisters, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button if you love African folktales filled with mystery and emotion. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a story that will keep you thinking long after it ends. And hey, share this one. Someone you know might need to hear this warning today. Long ago, in the warm heart of eastern Nigeria, there lived two sisters, Amaka and Afima. They were born just 2 years apart, daughters of a humble yam farmer and a weaver who sold bright fabrics at the market. From the time they could walk, people called them the twin hearts of Umuani. Where Amaka went, Ifama followed. When Amaka laughed, Ifama's laughter echoed right behind her. But as they grew older, something began to change. Amaka the elder had skin that glowed like morning palm oil and eyes that caught light the way dew holds the sunrise. Ifama was quieter, softer, always standing just a little behind her sister, unnoticed, unpraised. At first, she didn't mind. She loved Amaka deeply. But then came the festival of first harvest, the day everything started to twist. The village square was alive with drums and dust. Girls dressed in coral beads and wrappers that shimmered in the sun. The elders watched, smiling, as the maidens danced, each girl hoping to catch the eye of a wealthy man, or at least the praise of the crowd. When Amaka stepped forward, the whole square went silent. Even the talking drum paused. Her dance was like wind over water, graceful, calm, proud. Men threw cowries at her feet, mothers whispered blessings, and the chief himself said, "That one will bring light wherever she goes." Ifama clapped, smiled, pretended to be happy. But inside something cracked. That night, as they lay side by side on their raffia mat, Ifama whispered, "Amaka, do you ever think the world only sees you?" Amaka laughed softly. "Don't be silly, sister. We share the same blood." "Your time will come." But that answer didn't comfort her. It burned. Days turned into months. Amaka's name was on everyone's lips. She was chosen to marry Obina, the trader from the neighboring town, who brought gifts of gold earrings and silk wrappers. Ifama watched silently as her sister's hut filled with perfume, laughter, and visitors. And every night, the voice inside her grew louder, the one whispering, "It should have been you." Soon, jealousy became her shadow. She began avoiding her sister, eating alone, muttering under her breath. The villagers noticed. One old woman even warned her mother. Two sisters cannot walk under the same moon if one carries darkness in her heart. But the mother laughed it off. "They are children," she said. "Sisters quarrel, but love returns." She was wrong. Love did not return. One evening, rain poured like tears from heaven. Ifama appeared at Amaka's door, drenched, shivering, eyes hollow. "Sister," she said softly, "I am sick. Please let me stay with you tonight." Amaka's heart, pure as always, opened without question. She made space on her mat, shared her meal, and even wiped her sister's forehead with palm wine cloth. But as Amaka slept peacefully that night, Ifama's eyes stayed open. Her lips moved in quiet bitterness. And somewhere between those whispers and tears, a curse began, not with magic, but with intention. Because sometimes the darkest poisons don't come from herbs or spells. They come from jealous hearts. The next morning, Amaka woke up weak, coughing. Her skin felt hot, her body heavy. Ifama smiled faintly. Maybe you danced too much yesterday, she said. Days passed. The fever grew worse. The village healer couldn't explain it. No snake bite, no bad food, no spirit sighted. But Ifama knew. Deep inside, she knew exactly what she had done. She had passed her sickness, the one born of envy, into her sister's body like a whisper through the night. And from that day, a shadow hung over their hut, invisible but alive. This sickness spread quickly. Maka's once bright skin dulled, her laughter faded, and her beauty, the pride of the village, began to disappear like a candle left in the wind. Every healer tried their best, leaves from the ojirisi tree, herbs soaked in palm wine, even chants at the shrine. But nothing worked. People whispered, "How can such a pure girl be dying?" Perhaps the spirits are jealous too, but only one person knew the truth. And that person was Ifama. Each time she saw her sister's body weaken, something strange happened inside her, a mixture of victory and regret. She had wanted to be seen, to feel powerful. But now the sight of Amaka coughing blood made her own heart tremble. One night she sat by the fire holding her face in her hands. Her mother entered quietly. "Ifama," she said softly, "since your sister fell ill, your eyes have changed. Do you know something you're not telling us?" Ifama shook her head quickly, but her lips trembled. The guilt was eating her like termites on dry wood. Then something happened that broke her completely. Amaka, weak, shaking, reached out to her one morning and whispered, "Sister, when I get better, we will go to the stream together. You can braid my hair again, just like when we were little." That kindness hit Ifama like a thunderbolt. She had expected anger. She had prepared for hatred. But what she received was love, soft, undeserved love. That night, she couldn't sleep. She walked to the river under the moonlight, whispering to the water, "Oh, spirits of the land, what have I done?" Suddenly, she heard a voice behind her, faint, almost like wind. "Jealousy is a disease," it said. "It infects the body when the heart is unclean." She turned. No one was there. Only the rippling water and a cold wind passing through the reeds. The next morning, she confessed. For the elders, she knelt in the dust, tears streaking down her face. "I cursed her with my envy," she cried. "I wished her sickness, and it came. I am the one who infected my sister." The crowd gasped. Some wanted her banished, but the oldest woman of the village raised her staff and said, "Punishment is not always death. Sometimes it is to live long enough to see what your envy destroyed." They made her care for Amaka day and night. No sleep, no rest. She fed her, washed her, prayed beside her until her hands blistered and her eyes swelled with tears. Weeks passed. Then something strange happened. One morning, as the first rooster crowed, Amaka opened her eyes. The fever was gone. Her skin glowed faintly again, and for the first time in months she smiled. Ifama fell to her knees. "Sister, can you ever forgive me?" Amaka took her hand weakly and said, "You are my blood. And blood must heal itself before it poisons the world." Those words, simple yet powerful, became a saying in Umuani for generations. From that day, Ifama changed. She became quiet, humble, and spent her life helping sick villagers, using the same herbs she had once used in bitterness, now in love. But every time she looked at her sister, she remembered one thing. Jealousy may start in the heart. But if left unchecked, it infects everything, even love itself. And that, my friends, is the haunting story of the evil sister who infected her sister. It's easy to think evil comes from curses or spirits, but sometimes it comes from the quiet feelings we refuse to let go of. Jealousy, envy, comparison. They don't just destroy others. They eat us alive. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this warning today, okay? And tell me in the comments. Do you believe jealousy can really become an illness of the soul? Let's talk about it. Till next time, this is African Folktales, reminding you that in every story, it's two thought, ourselves waiting to be heard.